What is going on, YouTube family? Welcome back to another episode. Now, in this episode, we're going to be talking about, or I'm going to be talking about, the Apple stock. Okay. Reason why I'm talking about the Apple stock today is because Apple just did a product launch today for their iPhone, their iWatch, and their AirPods. Right. Now, the cool thing about what they're doing now, in terms of what Apple is doing, is that it's released some really cool software for the iWatch and the iPhone, okay, that I really think is actually going to help people, regardless of situations. Not so much for people living in the cities, right? I mean, the main feature of that particular software is it has a safety feature in it, where it will call for assistance if you find yourself in a bad spot. So, in a city environment, that would be car crashes and things of that nature, okay? But outside of the city, it also has applications too. So, for example, if you find yourself stranded in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, your iPhone or your iWatch can get you assistance. Same things if you find yourself stuck somewhere in a jungle, in the Amazon jungle, or in the Grand Canyon, or in the Sahara Desert, or I don't know, in the Arctic, or wherever, you can use it, your iPhone or your iWatch, to get assistance. And as far as I know, with the technology that I believe is out there, there could be things that I don't even know exist. But according to all the stuff that I know in regards to how you're able to get assistance, you manually have to call for assistance yourself, or somebody has to do it on your behalf, depending on what kind of situation you find yourself in, right? So for the fact that the AI or the software is able to do all of these things for you, I think is absolutely fantastic. Okay, now to find out more about this feature that I believe is absolutely amazing, but we're yet to find out how it really works in the real world, right? I've dropped a link in the description of this video where you can go and watch that particular presentation and decide for yourself. Chances are all those features are pretty much going to be used to spy on you and, I don't know, do all kinds of stuff. But to begin with, the general masses is going to go for the phone is here to save you should you get yourself into a situation. It's not a bad thing at all. So it is what it is, right? So what I'm going to do now with you guys is I'm going to take you through the technical analysis as to why I am going to be taking a position in Apple from tomorrow. Okay, that's my plan, to take a position with Apple from tomorrow. You may agree, you may disagree. That is the point of this video. So the first thing what I'm going to do is I'm going to get into the technical analysis with you. Now, for the technicals, it's not too heavy. It's just super straightforward what I think is going on, and we're just going to take it from there, right? So normally I like to work on a naked chart, so with no indicators. I do use indicators, but I will not be using them for this particular video. Right, I don't really use them for any videos unless I'm doing backtesting. Okay, so as you can see here, this is a trend line, a descending trend line of the Apple stock at the moment. Now this trend line, okay, this particular structure that we're looking at right here, okay, it is a structure that usually breaks to the upside. That's what usually happens with this particular structure. It doesn't always happen, but that is what it usually does. All right. Now, where Apple prices at the moment is I'm waiting for another event to take place, and that is I'm waiting for the geeks to go through the presentation with a fine-tooth comb and find where it's good and where it's not good, because they literally are the kingmakers of Apple products, right? So once they get hold of it and they give us their views in regards to where they think Apple is going to go, and they give their views in regards to how good they think the Apple product is, okay, right? That is what is going to sway the general masses, me, you, and everybody else, okay, into buying these very expensive products, okay? So, what I think is going to happen in regards to Apple is it's either it's going to pull down a little bit more, and then it's going to push up, okay? And it currently has the structure to push up to the upside. At the same time, it could still fall, depending on what the geeks say. Now, going by what I've seen in the presentation myself, I believe they're going to sing the Apple product all praises, right? They're going to be fully confident about what not Steve, R.I.P. Steve Jobs, what Tim Cook has said about the Apple product and the staff, what they think is good about it, and I think it's going to be an awesome product. So this is how this trend normally looks, right? And normally what happens is we will have a push down, right? And then it may push up, right? So this is the potential scenario, right? If we invest at this level over here, it could do all of that. It could do all of that from all the way down here, and then may start to push back up or break down. But this structure normally pulls up, normally pushes up to the upside, okay? However, this is what I think is going to happen. I think we're going to get something like this. We're going to get something like that, and it's going to push up. And there's two things that leads me to believe that this is the situation that's going to happen. And these two things are things that I've tested out time and time again in the markets, and it usually pans out to be true. Okay? It's what usually happens. So first thing is, we have a support level right here, okay? Right here between $153 and $149, okay? My price point for a buy is at $150, all right, in my opinion. The second, and that is because of this level over here, and this level, it is a true zone. It is a true zone. So if I make this a little bit bigger, because the zones are usually quite big, they're not tiny at all. They're actually big zones. So we're covering the top of this structure over here, because this was the last confirmed top, okay? We've managed to get a bottom in here. We've managed to get this wick, all of that in here. We've managed to catch this top in here as well, okay? And we currently got the price in the zone. So this zone makes absolute sense to me. If you have another way of doing it, then please let me know, all right? So going by it again, right? So the zone is between $157 and $150, where I call it, where I want it to go in order for a buy. But I would take it at $157. Like I'm not even phased by this zone right here. I will buy it regardless. That is my current views towards it right now. And then there is a second scenario that I've also worked out that also supports a push to the outside, and that is the inverted head and shoulders. This is it right here. So this is shoulder, that's the head, and we have one half of a potential shoulder forming, and then what happens? It pushes up, right? This is what we're looking at right now. So this is why I think I want to jump into Apple, right? And then what I'm now going to do, so this is why I'm saying we're jumping into Apple. And then if I go into Apple financials, so first we're just going to skim over this. We're not going to go too deep into it at all. We're just going to skim over it. If anything, you can pause the video and just go over it in a fine-tooth comb yourself. Fine-tooth comb, that's what I meant to say, right? So if you look at the net income, it all looks good. Revenue looks great. Net income looks okay because it's increasing year on year, okay? And profit margin is looking fantastic. That's the little trend line we've got moving through, all right? It's all pointing in the right direction, the direction you want it to go in. Balance sheet, same thing. Cash flow, right? Financing is low. Investing is in the middle. Fantastic. We like that. Okay. and operating costs is relatively high, but Apple is doing what it does, right? It's doing what it does, so I'm okay with all of that. Then we have earnings. Year on year is going in the direction that you want. Then we've got revenue. Year on year is going up in the direction that you want. I'm happy with all of this, right? Great stuff. Now we look at statement. Statement, total revenue is up here. Net income is down here. And as you can see, both of them are all moving in the right direction. Going through the numbers, so I'm going to go through this slowly and you can pause the video and go through it yourself, okay, right? But everything is looking good. Everything is looking fantastic. I'm seeing more pluses than I'm seeing minus, right? I mean, let's face it, there is more pluses in here than there are minus, so that is good, right? I normally go through this with a fine-tooth comb, but literally you don't want to sit here for an hour watching me go through all of this with you, so you can just pause the video and just go through it yourself, right? So I'm just going to do that one more time so it's nice and slow. Nice and slow. Let me move to that way. Actually, let's do it one more time. Okay, use the mouse over here. So you can see it's nice and slow. All the way to the bottom. There's nothing more to see. So that looks good. Now we go to the dividends, right? That too is looking great. That too is looking great. I mean, we're just going to scroll, but look at it, right? So from 2015, dividends have done one thing and one thing only: go up. Go up. That's all it's done. So it's gone from 13% all the way up to the current level where it's at right now, which is 23%. I love it. There is nothing bad I can say about that. Okay. So now let's look at earnings. Look, mate, it's there. Like, it's there for you to see, right? It's all going one way. It's all going one way, and it's been going one way from 2014. It has been going one way since 2014. So all of this, it looks fantastic. It looks fantastic. So when I come back to this particular zone over here, let me get rid of this, make this a bit bigger. So when I come up to what I'm seeing here right now, I wouldn't say Apple is a bargain because it was a bargain over here. This was when it was nice and cheap to get in. And I'm pretty sure if people in certain stock trading groups, I'm in one, definitely, so I'm in one, right? They probably would have picked it up from this level, right? They probably would have picked it up from this level, okay? But it's looking fantastic. So in my opinion, this is the buy. So this is me putting my 50 cent into the internet of things, right? For you guys to watch, review, and you can give me your thoughts in the comment section. If you like what it is I've done over here and you want to see some of the other contents that I've done, you can definitely subscribe to my channel, all right? And hit the notification so you can see every time I upload videos in regards to CFDs, contracts for difference. And the main focus of those videos is on the NAS 100, which Apple is a component of, right? So it's part of the NAS 100. So with that said, guys, I want to thank you for coming over. Oh, and another thing, if you're watching this video, you're part of a very privileged group, okay? Because this is not for the general public. This is literally, it's a private link, and it's only been shared to a handful of people and a handful of stock trading groups. So if you're watching this video, you're definitely in the right place where magic happens, all right? So with that said, guys, thank you for giving me your precious time. I truly appreciate you for that, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video, which will be very, very soon. So until then, this is Pips and Points signing out.